Remember, this entire manga and every manga on this channel is hand-drawn by myself, and now you too can learn exactly how to make your own viral Dragon Ball mangas at www.makemanga.com, where you can learn directly from me. My mangas have got me on TV, on newspapers, and even earned me over $60,000 a month on Patreon alone. And now, you can click the link in the description and pinned comment of this video and do it yourself. You only need to see the website to see just how many thousands of you are taking this opportunity right now. And don't forget also, the next video to this Ultra Vegito series has already been made and is live now on my Patreon right now for over 4,500 of you incredible fans to watch after this. Again, links are in the pinned comment and description. Enjoy.
So our story begins with an entire page of the three God Killers: Archangel Goku, partial devil transformed Vegeta, and Jiren the Grey. Now all standing together finally after being called out by whatever is possessing Trunks. A serious look on each of their faces as finally a hope to win this battle had emerged. And with a grimace on his face and annoyed with the truth Vegeta being lambasted by his own son would comment, "He's right. We're standing here like aimless clowns while he battles for our fate. Trunks or possessed freak, this universe belongs to neither of them. This is our battle, and we need to take our chance now. As far as we can see, we're after the same goal." As the Archangel would only agree, parroting, "He is. And you know, watching him fight, Trunks right now seems stronger than all of us put together. It's like having Vegito on our side after all. No, I don't even think he would be this strong. We might actually win this. As for after, we'll have to see if he turns." Before Goku would then look to his side and say, "Jiren, Lucif got you again. You've been stabbed pretty deep. Need me to heal you? I'm out of Senzus." To which Jiren, staring forward, not even giving Goku an eye, would respond, "No need for that, warrior. Save your energy, Son Goku. This injury is not as bad. 'Tis only a flesh wound." And with that, all three God Killers would then immediately vanish from where they were. And meanwhile, the chuckling away Trunks, as if having sensed their arrival, would smirk saying, So, you finally plucked up some courage. Good on you. It was starting to get a little bit lonely here. As instantly behind Trunks, all three would then arrive, not saying a word. But Trunks, smirking away, would not allow them to keep quiet, muttering out, Now, get closer, why won't you? I don't bite. At least, I haven't learned to yet." As with a sinister look, more deranged than any that came before, the possessed Trunks, by Rani's child, would let out, "Well, whether you want to get closer or not, whether you see me as some monster, I must say, you being here has certainly given me more reason to stick around. It truly is an honor to finally fight beside my two fathers. Two? Father? Me? As instantly both Vegeta and Goku would share expressions, both as perplexed as each other, not understanding at all what the young Saiyan could mean by two, when only Vegeta would be the father of Trunks. But before the two could ponder any more or ask questions, Jiren, looking stoically forward, not paying any attention to Trunks' words, would just say, "Stay focused, you two. That warrior is coming."
What fun this truly is!
As steaming ahead slowly, each footstep crashing and implanting itself menacingly into the ground, the Omni Devil Lucif would walk forward with an enjoyment on his face, surrounded in black lightning, as if his power level just would continue to rise, as he would let out,
"Some way, somehow, even an hour after my transformation, you four have found a way to remain alive. Still putting up a fight even. I must commend you. Give it your best go. But one thing's for sure, the Elder Gods must surely be in your favor. And I hope they watch as their last chances dwindle away."
as instantly switching personalities like a schizophrenic, with a gruesome face, his jagged teeth showing, Lucif would burst forward now on the offense, and with his target seemingly set on someone particular. Water! As reaching the universe's last forces instantly, his electrified fist would immediately slam into a blocking Trunks, while Jiren, Goku and Vegeta would look perplexed by his speed. Mere bystanders as they see the Omni Devil battle in his way rather than their plan.
Help won't save you, young devil. If you want to win this, you better come out of there and show me who you really are.
As continuing to push fist to fist with Trunks, the overbearing confidence of the Omni Devil would lead him to go Trunks' possessor's reveal.
And look, finally the cavalry caught up. Pointless!
Even turning to his left, sensing the rest of the God Killers. The first to attack being Jiren, with a rising kick that Lucif would just back away from, whipping his neck backwards on perfect timing. But right nearby, heard from their screaming voices of Earth's greatest heroes, Goku and Vegeta would be up next, rising quickly with their fists drawn.
You two, huh?
All while an almost sunbathing Lucif would only just peer and smile.
Nope!
But immediately both attacks would be stunted instantly, as stopping each with a palm, neither Saiyan would have any effect.
You two, attack now!
But in a surprise turn, Jiren the Grey would be back instantly and seemingly carelessly forgotten by Lucif, as instantly the former Pride Trooper would find himself wrapping his arm straight around the Omni Devil's neck. His brute strength and size still a problem no matter Lucif's transformation, as now Goku and Vegeta would have their chance. Lucif! At least it would seem that way, as even while being choked, Lucif with his legs free would immediately pull Goku forward to violently knee him in the solar plexus, winding the Archangel instantly. Kakarot! Why you? But Vegeta, seeing his greatest rival harmed right beside him, would be unwilling to accept any more defeat, gritting his teeth before exploding into a violent transformation, his whole face being lost in the light of his own energy. Try that on me! As finally back in his Super Saiyan 3 devil form, covered in roaring blue electricity, the prince would immediately take things up a notch, his fist already starting to push back on Lucif's palm as Goku would groan in the background still. Until in a surprise W for Vegeta, with the prince launching his fist, breaking the sound barrier with his acceleration, Vegeta would actually land right on the Omni Devil's face, and for shuddering impact, the reassurance of Trunks being on equal terms with Lucif, all Vegeta would need to have a boost in his own confidence. Yes, warrior! I can keep holding him! Finish him! The pain visible on Lucif's face as his cheek would concave inwards, while Jiren, behind, would continue to tense his bicep, crushing Lucif's windpipe tighter and tighter. But unfortunately, turning back to the grey alien, Lucif would only mutter,
You'll hold on to nothing!
As just like that, turning things back in his favor, overpowering Jiren in a flash, Lucif would forcefully break free, slamming his elbow right under Jiren's chin in the process. Don't forget your real challenge, brother! But immediately jumping right from behind Jiren and traveling all the way to Lucif with his hands behind his head like an NBA All-Star. Vicious lightning stored in his palms as he would travel at light speed to a barely turning around Omni Devil until... Ultimately, Trunks would slam the astonishing attack right onto Lucif's upper body, frying the Omni Devil in a powerful electrocution that turns the whole color of his body pure white, as his screams of pain would ring through the battlefield. The aftermath leaving Lucif burning with smoke and ashed up, while seemingly still paralyzed in place from the last attack. There you go, fathers. Here's your opening now! Leaving the smiling Trunks to then command the rest of the Z Fighters as if they were just his pawns. But being commanded or not, their goal was still to end Lucif, and any opportunity they would get, they would take, as in the very next panel, they would be seen shooting forward.
You think that would be enough?
But a ticked-off Lucif would hardly be as vulnerable as Trunks would say.
Foolish mortal.
As soon as Archangel Goku would come in to finally land something of his own with a simple head movement, burned or not, Lucif with a straight face would dodge as if dealing with a mere child. But as this would all be going on, up above, Vegito would still be observing, as he would begin saying, well, this is going different to how I thought. These kids are putting up quite the fight against Lucif now. It almost seems like it could go either way. In that case, maybe it's time I got involved. As suddenly, with a sinister grin of his own, Vegito would reveal his incoming entrance. But on which side he meant would still remain a mystery. Elder God Castiel. For once I can say, I had not been expecting this. Tell me, for what do I owe the honor of your presence? Not every day, a god gets to meet his creator. As in a swift change, our view of Vegito would change to an all-new one introduced last chapter as the Omni King Vegito, complete with white seraphim and a confident smile, even in the face of an elder god. But on Omni King Vegito's first words, almost immediately, Castiel would find issue, as holding his chin and looking up, he would think, now, how would you know me already? By face and name no less. Strange. I know I get carried away with my drinks, but I don't believe I've ever introduced myself. Not to a single one of you. But with a subtle laughter and relaxed smile, very unlike the Vegito we know, this fused warrior would seemingly have all the answers, as he would reply, well, as the Omni King, the first Saiyan Omni King at that, I pride myself on knowing almost all things, the quest for knowledge being just as rewarding as the quest for power. And that means especially over how I and this multiverse came to be. Easy answers to find when I have the great Zuno working personally under me. His all-knowing self was able to tell me everything and anything, including who you are, Castiel. As behind Vegito, we would see the return of Master Zuno, first seen in Dragon Ball Super. And hearing this, lifting his finger up, Castiel would come to accept the explanation, saying, Zuno, huh? I guess it must be an elder sage of some kind. Typical for most multiverses. Can't see why I would be different. Well, that makes things easier then. As suddenly switching his countenance to one of an intense stare, the elder god would then say, my loyal creation, with no introductions needed, then you will know I have only your best interests at heart. And today, I have come to you with an offer. An offer to take a short break from this tedious life you must live as an Omni King and enjoy some fun as you used to in your earlier days. Meet your match, in fact. Tedious, but with a smile and his hands on his hips, Omni King Vegito would reply, I wouldn't go that far. If anything, I love being the god of all. Things are great when everybody knows to do their job. And under my reign, that is exactly how things go. The Supreme Kais create, the Destroyers destroy, and the Angels oversee it all, maintaining each universe's mortal level. They know what happens when they step out of line, and so do any evil beings that arise. I don't leave them to their respective planets' forces. I am, and have always been, the one to defeat them by my almighty hand. Pretty fun, but I guess it would be funner if they were any challenge. Ooh, by your own hand, you say? As on hearing this, the Archangel would be taken aback, muttering, I've never heard of a god doing so much. You're definitely a hard worker, but it seems you're also very strong. Just what I needed. Tell me, Vegito, would you say you are the strongest you know? Oh, that I know for a certainty. As with a grin that finally would remind us more of Ultra Vegito, with a confidence unlike any other, the Omni King would be so sure of his words. Well, in that case, as Castiel, immediately extending out a hand, would announce, in that case, talk is cheap. I believe it is time you showed me exactly why you believe this. But this smile would instantly disappear into an uncommon look of shock on the deity's face, as for some reason, something in front of him had just completely changed. Where did everything go? As in a flash, Castiel would be nowhere near the so-called palace of the Omni King, with nothing around him at all now except pure whiteness. Even the Elder God would be perplexed and lost for words over his location, disorientated being an understatement. Why can't I sense my location? This doesn't feel familiar. It doesn't feel like I created this land. As Castiel would then rapidly look around from left to right, never having been forcefully taken anywhere in his sheltered and privileged life. Up here, Castiel. And what's worse, it would seem even Vegito would be lost to his senses, as the Omni King would appear in the sky behind, alerting the Archangel. But with his arms folded and a smile, Vegito would then explain, You can't recognize this place because you didn't create it. I did. This is my personal domain. Somewhere not even you can access at will. You'll find not even you can even escape here. Oh? What was that? I can't escape. That last line immediately catching Castiel's ear. A bold thing to say to anyone, let alone an elder god. An elder god, unable to escape his own multiverse. Confidence or not, you do make me laugh. You're lucky. I enjoy the banter, Vegito. My brother would have probably vaporized you just for the arrogance. Rest assured, I can leave whenever I damn feel like it. Do it then. But with an instant response from Vegito. For a minute, Castiel would just stare back in silence, trying to see if this Omni King really believed his words. The two would stare more as Castiel would whisper, "Fine." About to leave and... What? I can't get out of here! Until realization would finally hit the all-powerful god. I told you. And with that, the Omni King would immediately begin descending down. A warm smile on his face, however, as he would say, "Don't worry. Not like I'm going to trap you, am I? I'm not here to kill you, so you can leave whenever you tell me you want to. Or, you know, just kill me and you'll escape that way too." An awkward smile on the annoyed Castiel's face as he would grumble, "You are quite something. How in the heavens you were able to come up with such a technique is something I'll need to study. But until then..." Just as Vegito's feet would then land on the ground, Castiel's eyes would explode open, his face serious, as instantly, the Archangel now, with ludicrous speed, would be well on his way to attack, his fist pulled back, moving forward until finally, his fist would be right in front of Vegito's face, but then instantly stop, blowing wind past a flinchless Omni King, as Vegito would not even blink in response. What are you doing? Why didn't you move? As now left completely perplexed, almost like a giant presence had placed a shadow over him, Castiel would only wonder just what the hell this creation of his in front of him was thinking, as Vegito would simply reply, "I didn't need to. I told you, I know most things. I read your thoughts and knew you weren't going to attack if I didn't." Castiel would then immediately pull back his arm, grabbing at his wrist, as he would then say in finality, "Yes, well, no more games this time. Read my thoughts all you want, but this time, I won't be stopping." Got it. Careful what you wish for though, Castiel. As with a nonchalant smile, hearing Castiel loud and clear, Vegito would then immediately make some moves, jumping back immediately away, as looking down, he would think to himself, he may have created me, but I wonder if he really knows anything about me. As to the surprise of Castiel, the Elder God would be left short for words, as behind Vegito in the sky, a strange formation of energy would begin swirling in circular fashion, with the divine Saiyan just saying, I've never seen what an elder god can do. But you let me know. Is this a technique you've seen? As right behind the Omni King now would be a divine halo reminiscent of one first seen on Merge Zamasu. But far in the distance, this one would be on an entirely different scale of size and power. With Castiel just staring coldly out front, his gaze unwavering, just letting out a simple aureola. Is this really how you intend to impress an elder god? Pathetic. So you have seen it. But Vegito, unfazed by this comment and put down from the Archangel, would just continue to smile on, instead outreaching a finger pointed directly at Castiel. As with multiple balls of energy seemingly being created behind him from the divine halo itself, the Omni King would say, "But save your comments until you can see what mine can do. We'll see just who or what is truly pathetic here." It's over! As immediately, like a rain of 1,000 arrows on the Spartans themselves, on Vegito's roll command, the beams of energy would shoot down all at once with impressive speed and precision. Poor Omni King. I see your time fighting so many weaklings has made you lose touch with reality. But with Castiel just enjoying the sights, as him and the ground before him would light up, he would menacingly just stand firm, watching as the blots in the sky would only get bigger and bigger as they got closer. And it would be for all the right reasons, as with not even a change in expression and his eyes darting around in every direction, seeing everything, the Archangel, in the most elegant of fashions, would dart and skate across the all-white ground like it were an ice rink, dodging absolutely everything, moving even as they would explode and create a veil of smoke, as if just hearing alone was enough for him to avoid danger. But even as Castiel would show this dominance, the rain of energy beams would just seem never-ending, with a whole new legion of beams already back on the chase for the Elder God's blood. Fun, but that is enough. But it would seem Castiel would have other plans in mind, a change in his expression to annoyance as he would pull out his arm and... Up above, just like Hera, Ares and Poseidon before him, a unique symbol of his own would appear directly in the sky, and from it, a divine miracle would occur. As just like that, from it, a giant shield of divine design would emerge mid-air, coated in a powerful protective aura. As of course, now on impact with the beams, absolutely nothing would penetrate, not even be able to make it shudder a millimeter, as all attacks would be rendered useless under the seemingly ultimate defense. So, what now? Surely you didn't rely on that. Nope. As just as Castiel would begin smiling confidently, it would be lost when out of nowhere, Vegito would arrive calmly right beside him. But as the Omni King would launch an uppercut, it would seem to be disregarded, as the Elder God, as expected, would dodge even that, smirking as he would comment, I'm sorry, but if you thought that would actually touch me, you definitely have made the mistake of underestimating me. But astonishingly, when the Archangel would attack back with a sweeping kick, Vegito would dodge just as perfectly. You outsped me! Leaving Castiel completely gobsmacked, as he had never arrived into his own multiverse to find anyone, even briefly matching him in any way. Well, would you look at that? Seems it was actually you who underestimated me. Relax. I promise, this will be fun. You remind me of a younger Akobel. How interesting. As having heard that and the light tone, Castiel would just land on the ground grinning back at Vegito, as it would seem he would now ready himself for a far greater battle than just a simple test of power. You ready? I should be asking you that. As now both getting into some form of offensive stance, Vegito and Castiel would crouch down and immediately jump off forward together at the same time. Now face to face, a legendary Omni King named Vegito would finally challenge the Elder God Castiel, his own creator, one-on-one. But instantly when fists would connect, it would instead be Trunks and the Omni Devil Lucif, as the scene would immediately change back to the battle back in the mortal realm, the two on equal ground. Both screaming at the top of their lungs, giving the skirmish their all, pushing their power levels as far as they could. The two eventually coming in closer, both thinking identically, as they would move in slamming each other's elbows onto each other, with Lucif grumbling,
When will you come out? Stop hiding!
as Trunks mutters back, When the time is right. You just worry about surviving till that time, brother! Immediately transitioning into a rapid all-out battle, slamming fists and legs into each other as they rapidly reply to each other in violence. All of this happening across the skyline, as the Archangel Goku would watch down below. Before he too would then take some action, placing his hands down together in a certain position until Kame! Within a flash, Goku would then unleash his legendary Kamehameha. And on sight of the giant beam, Vegeta and Jiren would take notice. Now, Jiren! Got it! As immediately the prince and former Pride Trooper, as if waiting for a signal, would know their next actions. Both then jumping straight onto the blast mid-flight, as if it were a flying Nimbus.
Pesky rats!
The Kamehameha eventually noticed mid-battle by the Omni Devil. But of course, fighting Trunks or not, there was next to no chance he would be hit, moving out of the way with ease.
That's it. keep wasting your time and energy from the sidelines, while the real fighters battle.
Grinning at their futile attempts until something hidden to the all-seeing Luciv would finally come to his attention. As up above, jumping straight at Luciv just as the beam would fly away, Jiren and Vegeta would appear, fists drawn and yelling at the top of their voices until... With a double strike at the exact same time, both God Killers would slam down right onto Luciv's head. The Omni Devil's eyes burst open and Bloodshot, angered at their trickery. And in the next panel, the extent of their strikes would really be seen, with his deformed face now squished on both sides like a juiced orange. Sent flying rapidly down below towards some nearby mountains. Ultimately crash landing violently. Leaving both warriors to reside beside Trunks, all three pleased with themselves. With even the normally stoic Jiren smiling and commenting, "The tide of battle is finally turning," and Vegeta equally enthused replying, "Did you expect any less? We were always going to win this, especially with two Saiyans of the Vegeta bloodline at the forefront. Right, Trunks?" But before Trunks could even respond, a shock would come over the usually confident possessed Saiyan. As unbelievably, out of nowhere, too fast for anyone to react, Trunks would be shot straight through the chest in familiar scenes. Brother, you changed. Leaving a stunned, frozen Trunks with a smoking hole in his chest, his life force and possession seemingly fading away by the second. As from below, from the smoke of the crash landing, a lone dark silhouette would stand. And with a powerful gush of wind, a black wing would come into view.
Impressive. I had a feeling you four would be able to push me to my true limits. The limits of an Omni Devil.
As Luciv, the Omni Devil would now reveal himself in yet another form, now dual-winged and with shining armor that not only resembles Goku's Archangel armor, but increasingly the same kind of armaments of the Elder Gods, Castiel and Akobel, with even a single red diamond under his eye, just like his estranged father. The power of the Omni Devil may after all be more of a threat to the so-called balance of power than Zeus or Ares could have ever predicted. But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag #NewForm in the comments down below and let me know what hope the Z Fighters have now. Or just find out what happens right now on my Patreon, where you can see the full next video, fully voice acted, soundtracked, and edited for you to enjoy with over 4,500 plus other fans, as well as getting access to 250 plus other fan mangas too. It's the deal of the century.